Hey everyone, this is here with localservices.com, and this video is the start of a series. We're talking about learning PHP. What is PHP? Anyway, before we go further, I want to say that since we are at home, or most of us are at home, with trying to be having to be on forced quarantine, we're working remotely, so this offers a great solution. PHP is going to offer a great solution to you. It's going to allow you to build a dynamic website and not just have an ordinary HTML site. So it actually put your database on the web. So I'm sure you're going to find a great use for that. Now we're going to go through a book, Learning PHP, and I'm going to show you it on the screen here. It's also on my blog at localservices.com, and link down there in the description below. And I'm going to give you the opportunity to follow along with me. We're going to go and learn formally what this book has to say, and go through some of the examples in the book. I'm going to do it on the screen because it's nice to see the end result, but how do you get there? So I've been programming with this for about 6 years. I think I've been with programming in a PHP. I was actually looking for a solution to put a database on the web. Come from the Access database background, and it's all very suitable to put on the web, but MySQL is already built in, and PHP, it allows you to interact with MySQL, so it's an ideal choice. It's open source. Nearly every ISP has MySQL and PHP installed, so it's going to be ubiquitous in its installation. You're gonna really find a lot of use for it. And companies, you may want to put your database on the web, and so we're gonna go step by step through the exercises. And some of this stuff is gonna be simple, some of it's gonna be more difficult, but we're gonna do step by step. And you're gonna find out on localservices.com, my website, a little bit more about. So what is PHP, or what do these lessons involve? You want to build an interactive website for yourself, your family, your current company, your future company, or nonprofit, because you may want to quit your job and go somewhere else. And so this may be a good time to do it, or work remotely permanently. You may not go around and breathe other people's air all the time. So this offers you a great thing. Put your resume or whatever your qualifications are, or to be able to offer an alternative to your current clientele or other future clientele or whatever. You can use PHP, and you also have the flexibility to use MySQL. You may want to learn how to use the free PHP and MySQL tools you have at your current ISP. Okay, that's another reason to learn this stuff, this series. You may want to put your company or a client's company on the net. Using access through a VPN is very slow. It's very slow. So using access, build your forms in HTML, and then connect to your MySQL database with PHP, and program it to interact with your database. Or you may be a front-end web designer and want to learn how to communicate with the developers in the PHP room. Okay, so you may be front-end, maybe doing all your stuff in the front end. You may be a JavaScript coder and want to delve into the server-side programming. PHP. JavaScript is primarily client-based, so you may want to get server-based with PHP. Or you may have a WordPress blog. You need to figure out how to automate it further or modify the settings. WordPress is built with PHP, and so you could make your you want to learn how to make your changes, may want to upgrade to the open source platform Microsoft using ASP. You may want to upgrade from Cold Fusion, which is older technology, or Perl, which is very, very similar in their language structures. ASP is a bit different. Of course, they have ASP.NET now. You may just want to get open source, go with PHP. It's ubiquitous. And of course, it's free. So you can't get much better than free. The PHP language is a very easy learning curve and is very doable, making it an ideal language for the not very technical web professional. And if you look at the site at lobacomservices.com, link in the description below, you're going to be able to see some other great tools that you can use and take advantage of. Now we're going to see some PHP in action with some examples. Okay, so I've created just a simple file in here. You just right click and create file, right click, new text file, new text document, and I'm calling it index.php. Okay, the first thing you need to do is create a PHP file. And so the first thing you need to do here is create a PHP file by right clicking somewhere in this area and clicking a new and then clicking on text document, because this is just a simple, anyway, these PHP files are essentially just text documents that are interpreted by a PHP processor. Say that whenever this text file is loaded onto a domain, basically the PHP on that domain understands whatever you write in this PHP file, and so it translates whatever you put inside of index.php. It translates that into something that a web browser can understand and relay on the screen. And the first file that is shown in the folder that's called index.php is going to show up first. It's going to be displayed, so you don't need to type in the web browser, say something.php. You could be very exact about what you say by saying like page1.php. Well, whenever you type in the folder name, it's gonna just say it can't find it unless you type page1.php. But if you type index.php, it knows to search for that first. Okay, more on that later on. So we're gonna open it up by right clicking, and I'm gonna open it up with this. I like to use Notepad Plus just because it's easy to deal with. But since I have other tabs open, I don't want them to all open up. So this is really simple. Everybody has Notepad on their computer through some Windows. If not, if you're using Linux, use gedit. I think that's the item that you use. PHP, we're going to use this open bracket and question mark, and then type PHP here, and then close bracket. Okay, that's pretty much it. And we're going to say print hi. It's that simple, folks. That's it. Print hi. Now we're going to transfer this up. I use FileZilla. Now if I type in the web browser here, let's see. Folks, if I go to the URL address for this new text file, this PHP file that we use, we get the result of just plain hi. It gets printed to the screen. So if you need some instruction, so get the code for this simple clip at lobacomservices.com, linked down in the description below. And we're gonna have a couple other examples in this here video, how to use PHP, what is PHP, and some simple examples like the one I just showed you. This one on your screen is just a basic print example. And again, you can find the code on the website at localservices.com, link down in the description box below. And actually, I'm going to go through 2 other examples with you in this video, and then we're going to go on to the next one. The second one is going to be the number format, and pretty nifty because let's go here. PHP has quite a few different functions you can use. One of them is called number format. Without using this, like if I'm going to do a certain number, the population of the United States is around 267, 237, I think, something like that. And if I just print this up, this is going to show the number, this raw state, like 285, which is really hard to read. So we want to have commas, which means it easier readable. 285 million, comma, 266, 237. And we don't necessarily want, because sometimes these numbers will be random. So number format, we can put in the commas like right now, or we can put in the we can use number format to do the formatting for us. So we're going to use the function to print our numbers for us. Now, also, I'm going to show you another concept, concatenation here. So we have print. Let's go ahead and do this. With this number, it's going to be if I don't use the function called number format, this number appears without commas. So 285, 266, 237 appears in this raw format. I want commas, and so a number and actually I can put decimals on there too. I put in the comma here and putting a 2 to put 2 commas if I want to have money. And so if I wanted to concatenate that with a dollar sign, I could do that as well. Okay, but I'm not. So, I mean, there's various things I can do. The people in the U.S. is around okay, so that's what's going to show up here instead of high, of course, but that's our another page. And again, this information is at globalcomservices.com. Link in the description box below. It's a number format. I'm going to upload that to my site using my FTP program, which I use FileZilla. Transfer finished. Go download FileZilla and do a search for it on Google. That's the best place to do it. And it'll show up probably number 1, number format.php, and bang, I should see something when my connection takes place. The number, and as you can see at the screen, I have this nice and formatted with commas. So no matter what number I put in for 1,000, like 1,001,000, 10,000, so whatever the number is randomly, number format is a function that's going to format the number with the columns. It's going to give it the number format like it says. The last example here, I'm going to show you how to do a form, which is posting a name and then reading the name from the text box. Okay, and we can expand on that, and we're going to do that in future lessons, but here basically we're going to come up with a little form and then return the value typed in that text box. So stay tuned. You can watch along. Here I'm just going to save this as something else. Eli. Yeah. How about that? This first form just needs to be regular HTML. And so we type in our standard HTML tags just to tell the browser that this is HTML. And then we have a header tag here. Again, I'm just doing this in Notepad, so if your firewall blocks you at your company, just use straight up Notepad. I like Notepad because it helps me learn it easier. I know there's some fancy dancy little programs that you can use, and go ahead and use them if they help. But I like to use good old Notepad. Nothing fancy, but again, I have to do it all myself, so you learn a lot by doing it yourself this way. So title is going to be type. That's a title that goes on the title of your page, of your HTML page. And so type name. So I can just leave this called .php. I don't really have to call it something different like a .htm or .html. I can just call it as a .php because PHP does that interpret just plain PHP or just plain HTML. Sorry. So now our form here. Form method. What method are we going to use for this form here? Okay, there's two methods you could choose from that I'm aware of right now. I think that's all you do choose from either, but anyway, get or post. Post is we're posting the variables and we can read the variables from the form, and this is a more secure way of doing things. I know get is also popular. You're actually passing the variables in the URL. That's okay too. If you're passing them from form to form, use get, or you could use post. Okay, it's a more secure way of doing things. In this example, we're using post, and then the action we're going to post to is read values. And again, if I put double quotes or single quotes, it really doesn't matter. It's not picky with that as far as that's concerned. Some other languages, it's concerned, and VB doesn't understand what a single quote is. It uses it to comment out stuff. That's fine for the VB world. What am I? Oh, the action. Read vals.php. Okay, then I'm closing the tag. Ooh. And I'm closing the tab by doing the form. And my name here, input. This is going to be my text box. Input box.
Click in the description below for a great
input
resource.
Box. Input.
Thanks for watching. Make sure you share the video
Type.
with someone else who you think needs it. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, and comment below. Share any questions you have about the video in the comments below.
Text. Input. That's the input, the form input. Okay, form input. You can learn about all these things on w3schools.com. And then a name is going to be called the user. The name of this box. That's important because we got to know what name, which box, the value to look at. To retrieve the value, we need to know what box to look at. And then to submit it, we have another input here. Type equals submit. Submit. Uh-oh. My computer stopped typing. Uh-oh. It's freaking out here. Submit, and the value. What is the name going to be on this here button? Enter. So basically we're saying, okay, type name is going to be our title. The form, we have the one input box. Let's see what this looks like first. All right, now on form stuff. Okay, I'm transferring it up. And form. Again, this is going to be at the link in the description below, or localcomservices.com / PHP MySQL. Okay. All right, so that's it. And notice that in the tab up here, I have my type name. In the box here, I have, this is called name, and enter. Now watch this. If when I do this, let's see, the name is Jan. Jan. And then I click enter. It's going to say we don't know where that form's at. Vowels, and what we're going to do, this is going to be a PHP form where we're going to have actual read the value. So we have to have PHP code here. Print hi and then we're going to concatenate the value of whatever that post variable is, post, and then whatever the value of that text box is, user. And then you always want to put a semicolon at the end that says it's the end of the statement. That's a typical Linux or every language you come across. It's a line terminator, and it's always going to, most of the time, well, I would say 99% of the time it's going to be a semicolon. I don't know if any other times, or I'm not recalling one right now, what you can use for that, or another terminator. Okay, now when we do this again, we should get a result. Type name. Hi, Jan. Wait, let's start again. Isn't that nice? Hi, Eric. And you can try it for yourself. Hi, Eric. It should say hi, Eric. This result. Eric. Hi, Eric. And that's all there is to it. So it's very simple, these examples, and I hope you come back for the next lessons. We're going to talk about more further on with basic rules of PHP programs. We're going to look at some more advanced topics, spaces, uh, comments, putting comments in, and multiple line. So basic arithmetic I've written on the screen. So we're going to kind of reinforce these concepts of this video. So stay tuned. Also come back to the link at lowbecomservices.com. The link down in the description below. Leave your comments below and subscribe to this channel if you found value in it. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.